This is Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota, with your closing grain and livestock comments for June 5th, 2018. Corn market up 3 cents today. We had soybeans steady to mixed. Chicago wheat up 4 to 5. Minneapolis up 2 to 3 3/4. Kansas City up 7 to 7 3/4. Market kind of coming back a little bit. Call it turnaround Tuesday, or just maybe a little bounce off support. Call it what you will, but we've got a market that's searching here a little bit. Can we go deeper or not? We think we're near the lower end for this corn and wheat market. We see pretty good support over the next 5 cents or so within these markets. If we can't maintain that, it gets pretty ugly in a real hurry, and we just don't think the market's really at a spot here fundamentally, technically, seasonally, to really kind of just jump ship and bring this down to the low prices we had last fall. So we look for support in those two markets. Beans, maybe a little more of a downside action here as we work ahead with the dollar index reversing back and forth here right now. We're still trading near the upper end of the range, and that brings South America as an aggressive seller. It also brings the U.S. farmer, as we look to the crop conditions, as a potential seller there, as they present the best pricing opportunity with us trading near this 10.20 level for November soybeans. So really closest to the highs there, and probably the most dynamics here as we work ahead is in those beans. Obviously, the Argentine problem is still going to hang with us to some degree, but that meal and soybean markets maybe a little more hit or miss. We look for meal to be a little more firmish than beans. For users right now, we think it's very important that they look to their corn needs and meal needs as we kind of come down and touch these bottoms. But a much more dynamic summer ahead, a lot of growing season left, and a lot of twists and turns we expect. So expect more choppy action here as we work ahead. We don't believe the highs are in for the corn and wheat market. We'll kind of see how parameters shake loose here as we work ahead, but we still see dynamics. Beans are a wild card that we'll just kind of take a step back for a minute and see how much lower can we go. We'll cover that here in the days ahead after we see kind of the trade. We think that market's well supported here, as we said, in corn and wheat. Feeder cattle up 127.5 to $2. Live cattle up 140 to 247.5. Hogs down 15 to 105. Let's talk about hogs here for a minute. A nice reversal off the lows, but near limit trade at one point today. Hogs still showing sign of aggressive liquidation, and again, a fundamental situation where we can't see the cash undertones come with futures, and that's why we continue to see weakness and stiff resistance around this $80-81 level. Cattle, on the other hand, as we continue to say, have a solid bottom. We got packer margins extremely strong. We look for that buying to continue here as we work through the summer months. We think the lows are in, and see a more promising late kind of summer into early fall type atmosphere around the cattle markets. This has been Jim Emter, Van Ahn Company, Alexandria, Minnesota. Traded in futures and options involves risk of loss and is not suitable for all producers. Past performance is not indicative of future results. This is a solicitation. Have a great afternoon.